Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Wilsons Take on Oz.
Welcome back. Or welcome if you're new.
Yes.
And thanks to all the new subscribers we have had.
Yes, so if you're new around here, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Sophie.
I'm the better one.
And we thought it was about time we finally did a Q&A. We haven't done one in over a year.
It's been so long.
And we've had a lot of questions lately after posting our outrageously heavy caravan and car.
Yeah,
So,
the little old 4-cylinder diesel.
4-cylinder? Are they only 4-cylinder?
Yes.
No wonder it struggles.
Yeah.
So many questions. We've copied down on my computer just a couple of them. If you guys want to see more, let us know in the comments. If you have any more, let us know in the comments.
Yep.
You know the drill by now.
Hopefully.
So let's get into it. First one kind of is related to what I just said about the car. How does the Dmax go?
That's a good question.
Mm.
So when we picked up the van from Melbourne, we drove back 9 hours, was it?
Yeah, it was like 1,000 Ks or just over.
It towed so good. We were like, oh, this is awesome. This is so good. But we just picked it up. We didn't have much in there. We filled our water tanks up.
And we had the bedding.
And the bedding pretty much, and a couple cooking things.
Mm.
And it towed great.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, unreal, load her up. Which you guys would have seen if you've been following along. We loaded her up and she was overweight. However, we've been in the process of stripping that, but that's another topic.
Go back to the other videos.
Yeah, I'll link them all down below if you guys want to check them out. So yes, after that we went on a couple of trips and took the van out for a spin. If you guys are from New South Wales, you'd be quite familiar with Mount Ousley. Now that is just a hill going down the coast, really, to make it simple. We went down this 2 weeks, like 2 trips, like 1 week, and then there was a gap, and then it was in the next week we went again, and we felt a little bit uneasy, to say the least.
So Sophie was like, what's that smell? And it was our brakes. Our brakes were getting hot because the van was so heavy. It was sort of pushing us down, and our brakes were getting hot, and I could feel the pedal shuddering.
Now, obviously, that's not ideal.
No, definitely not, because if they get too hot, you'll put your foot all the way down, but you'll just keep going.
Yeah. So we were getting pushed down the hill. Our brakes were getting too hot. We went to the local mechanic and we said, this is what's happening. We've taken a lot of weight out of the setup. That's also a benefit for us. The mechanic suggested upgrading our brakes.
Yes. So we put bigger rotors on the front, heat treated pads, and the rotors have slotted rotors, so they got a lot more holes in them, so to get more airflow in. Yeah.
So we upgraded these. We only upgraded the front. This is because of the mechanic's advice. He said the front are the ones that get the workout. So
thank you for bringing me the stick.
They're the ones that we have upgraded on that note. So we upgraded the brakes and the rest is history. Pretty much.
But we haven't towed with the van on since the new brakes, have we?
That was only last week.
Still see how it goes, but even without the van on, it's braking so much better.
Brakes were at 40%, so we're like, that due next service anyway. So let's just do it now.
That's pretty much.
All right, moving on to the next question. Why did you buy such a big caravan?
Okay, so people have been saying, why'd you buy a 22-foot caravan with bunks for 2 people and a dog?
I'll leave that for you guys to use your imagination.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, we should say. We're not pregnant yet, but we are planning on it, so.
We want to have a family. We don't know when.
We've been married for, what, 2 years? Yeah. Lucky I got that right.
Lucky you'd be in the doghouse.
Yep. Well, that's right. It's only a bunk. Yeah, so that's why we got a 22-foot caravan with bunks, because we want to have a family. Been married 2 years, so what's the next step?
Yeah, not for everybody.
Not for everyone. So if we're lucky enough to have a family, that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, we definitely didn't need to get the bunk beds, and we definitely didn't need to have such a big caravan. But
Well, no, but at the end of the day, they are expensive. Even though it's one of the cheaper vans on the market, it's still a lot of money. So we wanted to get it so it can last us.
Yeah, like you don't buy, well, we did, but I was going to say you don't buy a van and sell it and get a new one, but we did.
We did, yeah. But no, you don't. Generally, you don't.
So we're hoping our van will last us at least 5 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why we got such a big one, to be able to grow with the van. And if we get another dog.
Exactly. That we got the space. So that's why we got a 22-foot caravan.
As well as, like, I feel like the ensuite in our old van was quite pokey.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So having a bit more space down there is nice.
Yeah.
When you're full time or anything, like before we
were.
Or
bigger trips.
Yeah.
Like,
it's nice to have the extra space.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you just buy a cruiser or an American ute?
Okay.
They're two completely different ballparks.
They are. So we have looked into it, to be honest, haven't we?
Yeah, so when we were having our meltdowns and what do? Our car's overweight, our van's too heavy, like, why don't we just get an American ute? They're 4.5 tons standard and you don't have to touch it.
Yeah. Well, that's wrong. So we looked into it. With utes, your rear axle load is the issue.
And that's our issue now.
That's our issue now.
Yeah.
So even if we went to a 4.5 ton American ute, we're still going to have the same issue. We went through all the weights with the people who weighed us. Brenda and Lex, yes. And it'd be the same issue. So what's the point of spending, I don't know, what, 150 grand on an American truck?
The only thing is we're talking 1500s here. We're not talking 2500s, because 2500s are truck licenses.
Yeah, but I think it's the same.
But what I'm saying is you still have to spend money on rear axles. You still have to upgrade them. Like, we could go and buy a 1500 Ram. We'd have to spend 40 grand on rear axles. So we can spend 40 grand on the Dmax and put another axle and get another ton. Yeah,
exactly right. So, or we could go buy a brand new cruiser for 106,000.
For the base model.
For the base model.
Yeah.
And do it up. It'll cost us 120 something grand, we worked out. Yeah. Fully upgraded and everything.
That's just suspension, bull bar.
Yeah, well,
like basic upgrades.
Yeah, which we would do.
Yeah. So either way, we're looking at the best part of 150 grand to go buy a car that will just be right.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. It's probably not the smartest idea, considering we've got a capable car.
Yeah.
We just had its service done. It's 75,000 service.
Yeah.
It's 2 years old, and the mechanic was like, "This is an awesome rig."
Yeah.
He was like, mechanical wise,
you couldn't
get a better rig.
No.
So why would you get rid of it after being told that?
Yeah.
Like,
and all the work we've done to it.
We've spent a small fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we said if we do have kids, we probably will need an upgrade car.
Yeah.
But that's not yet. Let's enjoy the car while we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it comes to it, we might need to sell it.
Yeah. I think that's kind of it. Hey, like, if we got another dog, or if we had another kid, a kid, not another kid. She's like our kid. If we had a kid, or if we got another dog, we would have to upgrade our rig.
Yeah.
We just don't have the capacity to gain any more weight.
No.
So yeah, that would be the turning point, and at that point it would have to probably be something like a cruiser or an American truck or a truck. Yeah. So that's kind of like that point, but we've kind of decided if we can get everything legal, which we have pretty well done at this point in time, you guys will see that coming onto the YouTube soon.
Yes.
But if we can get everything legal and compliant and we're right on the road, then why change it?
Yeah. For now, let's enjoy our car. We love it. So, yeah.
Speaking of cars, do you really need the rear seats?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it made our brains think, do we need them?
You guys might have seen me pop it up on the stories.
Yeah.
Had a lot of you guys actually message that you've done it, which was so interesting, chatting with you guys about it. So, yeah, a lot of you have taken it out, the back seats. Some of you guys have also got Dmaxes and you've taken out the back seats, left the seat belts, and it's compliant.
Well, it's a bit of a grey area. So, because you leave your seat belts in, it's like a temporary change. So you might have it like that for a day or something. Then you're putting your seats back.
And if you got pulled over by the police at that time, you could say, I've taken it out.
Yeah, but if you have like plywood or whatever in the back for a base and it's got a fridge or whatever, it doesn't look temporary.
Yeah, and you can still 100% be booked. You'd have to go to, for us, Services New South Wales, and get them to change your compliance on your car to be a 2-seater.
Which I don't know.
We've just started looking into it. It's definitely something that's floating in our minds still.
How's that work with the dog? Because technically she needs to be seat belted in.
Correct. I didn't even think of that until now. Wow. Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm like, I don't know how it'll work. So
yeah, because like for those who don't know, dogs do have to be seat belted in. That's a legal requirement, and you can
in New South Wales anyway.
New South Wales. I don't know about the other states, but you can get fined if they're not seat belted in. So how does that work then? So someone said in one of the Dmax groups on Facebook that the back seats weigh 24 kilos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it's definitely something that's still in our mind.
Definitely. Yep.
We're looking into it further, but at this stage,
we're probably not going to change it just because it sounds too difficult.
Yeah, too hard basket.
But it's so easy to rip the seats out. I think there's about 6 bolts, and then chuck them out.
And we would still have to then put in a bit of aluminium or something for a platform for the dog. So then how much are we gaining to how much we're losing? And all the headache around it. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Not sure yet. And
then if we want the seats back in the car, you need to go to Service New South Wales again and get it changed back to a 5-seater or whatever it is. So
yeah, so maybe not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Speaking of heavy cars, someone said, how's the GVM been going? Well, we've kind of already touched on that a lot. Yeah.
It's going really well. So if you're saying, was it a couple weeks ago, the video?
Yeah, I'll link it on the screen.
Yeah. I think we got about 40 kilos to go in the car, and maybe about the same in the van. I'm not sure.
We're literally able to be like 3.6 legally on our GVM, and we're sitting at like 3.640.
Yeah, there you go.
It's literally so close. I can smell it.
Yeah.
So far,
yeah,
so
it's
good.
So far, so good.
Okay, next question. This is kind of related to being overweight. Someone asked, where is the Caravan dealership accountability for selling you a heavy van?
So there isn't really any. Their job is to sell caravans. They don't really know about the weights.
They are the same as car dealerships, right? So we went to Nissan, we had a look at the patrols, and we spoke to the salesman there. We weren't sure, we were just dipping our toes in and seeing what they looked like. Just getting
ideas.
Yeah. So we had a look, and the guy there was like, we're like, our main thing is we're overweight, we have a Dmax, we have a 22-foot Caravan, and we need it to be legal. He goes, you've got 3.5 ton. No problem, mate. Yeah. You'll be right.
Yeah.
Well,
you won't be.
No, we're 3.6 on our current car.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the whole mentality, right? They all target them at 3.5 ton. Yeah. Like all the forward drives are basically 3.5 ton, and that's the problem. Like you need to work it out for yourself and not rely on a dealer making you accountable. you need to be accountable for what you choose. Like, we're accountable for choosing such a huge caravan.
Yeah.
That's our own fault. Now we've got to work that out.
It's not the dealer's fault. Like.
When we purchased this caravan, we originally signed the contract for the SRT 20.
Yeah, we did. So,
when we
20-footer.
Yeah.
But when we went to Melbourne, we walked in it and we didn't like it.
So it had an east-west bed, which was my first... No. Aaron thinks I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I think she'd like it, but I didn't like the van either.
Yeah.
Not because of the bed.
And it was a 20F that we looked at.
Yeah.
So it had the bunk still. It just felt so, like, claustrophobic.
Yep. Like our 18 felt bigger.
Yeah. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we just didn't like it. And we're like, well, this is the turning point. We're going to get a 22F.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was no information from Snowy about the weights.
They were just out, like, barely.
Literally.
Oh, I don't even think they were selling them yet.
No, so they were at the show. They were at the Melbourne Caravan show.
Yeah.
And we seen it online on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, you really do need to do your research. That's the main thing.
Yeah, so I think that's our own fault. So we're definitely taking accountability for
100%,
that.
yeah.
And we wouldn't be ever pointing the finger at the dealers.
No. If you have a four-wheel drive, they think, oh, yeah, you're right.
You should be really right.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is as well, like, the SRC 22 F. Why did I say that like that? SRC 22F.
Yeah. So same van, just not four-wheel drive.
Yeah. So SRT multi-terrain, SRC
Just
on-road.
On-road, yeah.
Or semi-off-road.
Semi-off-road, yeah.
So same van, just off-road suspension and off-road cabinetry or whatever.
Yeah.
Is a ton heavier. So
that,
yeah, our one's a ton heavier.
Yeah.
Just because of the suspension.
Yeah, exactly right.
So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you're not going to use an off-road caravan and you're just going to go to caravan parks, just get the SRC.
Yeah.
Save your money, save the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. Are you guys Snowy ambassadors?
Alright.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. No, we are not. We have nothing to do with Snowy River caravans. We just own one.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So we did apply.
Yeah.
And we never heard anything back.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've picked an ambassador yet. I have a feeling they have, but we won't go into that.
We're not going into that.
No.
We're not going to slam anyone else on the internet.
No, definitely not. So, yeah, we don't have anything to do with them.
So we've had a lot of you guys say that we should be
ambassadors,
and that we've done great things, or that you've bought a Snowy because of us. Well, you're welcome. But
you're welcome. They're good vans, but yeah, we don't have anything to do with them.
Yeah. So we bought our van from Snowy River Caravans Traugen.
Yep.
And they're the only people we talk to.
Yeah.
So
that's it. Yeah.
Anyway, moving along. How is the Dmax going with the big van? Have we already answered that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we pretty well answered that. Going good. New brakes, we'll see how they go. How are the King's batteries going?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the King's batteries are honestly, they've been great so far.
Yeah.
No issues with them.
Yeah.
How long have we had them now? Maybe 2 months? 3 months?
Yeah, we've had them for a few months.
Couple months, 2-3 months.
And every trip we've done so far has been like hip camp, so we've been off grid.
Yep.
Yes, they've only been a couple of night trips.
Yeah.
But
we did 3 nights. And it was raining, cloudy, so we weren't getting much solar. Had the Starlink running the whole time, coffee.
Starlink running off the inverter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people have it converted to 12 volt.
Oh no, we don't have that. We got an inverter.
We ain't that fancy.
Yeah. We just chucked the lead through the roof. And yeah. through the, what are they called?
Roof hatch.
Roof hatch.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, we have Starlink now, and it's been the best decision
So good.
we've ever made. We got the refurbished kit. We seen Caravan Adventures Oz.
Yeah.
Bryce and Chelsea get one.
Yeah.
And we're like, ooh.
Oh, perfect.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Didn't know they did the refurbished kits, so yeah.
So we've got that now, and we just chuck it, like when we get to camp, I hop up on the bed, put it on the roof, and run the cable through the roof. But that's just a temporary solution for now.
Until I do something about it. But
it's hard because our batteries are like at the front, and you need the power there for the cable.
The inverter, you mean?
Yeah, the inverter.
Yeah, so I don't know where to drill a hole through the wall or what to do yet. So.
If you have any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah.
We used like 10% in 3 days, and we were running the coffee machine and...
Yeah, coffee machine, everything.
Yeah. So for our inverter, we've just got a power board plugged into it. Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
It works great, yeah.
What Lovel's kit did you get on the Dmax?
We got the Lovel's...
The big kit.
Yeah, the big kit with the radiator change. Yeah.
So we got 6.9 GCM and 3.6 GVM.
Yeah.
There's a video about that. I'll link that as well below. Going back to the car, should have had this up earlier.
Doesn't matter.
Someone said just convert the ute back. Do you really need a canopy?
Oh, so convert it back to a tub.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, we could do that. We'd definitely be underweight doing that. But at the end of the day, you need the car heavier than the van. So if we go back to a tub, the car's not going to be heavier. The van will be heavier than us. So the van will be pushing us all over the road, down hills, even more than it is. So, yeah, we can't convert it back to a tub.
In simple terms, like, you want to be always heavier than what you're pulling.
Yeah. Gravity. Yeah.
Why don't you just get a smaller van? Well, we've already mentioned that as well. Like, not happening. Not a vibe for us.
No.
We've got instant hot water in this caravan.
Yes, instantaneous hot water.
And someone said, what's better?
What, that one or the gas electric one? Yep.
So in our old van, we had a 20-litre hot water tank. Like, it held 20 litres.
Yeah.
And it heated it up by...
23 litres, come on.
It heated it up by gas or electric.
Electric, yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% either way
yet. This is great if you're on power, on water, mains water.
Yeah, on mains
because you can have a long shower with as much hot water as you want.
Like, you can wash your hair, shave your legs, wash your face, wash your body.
Yeah, like it takes me forever to shave my legs, my armpits and wash my hair. So I've got all that hot water I need, and it won't go cold.
I think that the instantaneous hot water is unreal when you need to be washing your hair.
Yeah, it's not good off grid.
And I think that you waste a lot of water.
You do.
Yeah.
Because every time you turn that tap off and turn it back on, it's cold again.
Yeah.
And it takes forever to heat up.
Like our old van, when we would shower off grid, rinse yourself, turn it off, soap up, turn it on, turn it off.
It'd stay hot.
Yeah, in between every single on and off, it would stay hot.
And now it doesn't.
Takes a few seconds to get hot again. Maybe 10 to 15.
Yeah, probably more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot of, like, you can't have a bucket in there when you're showering, when you're off grid.
People have said, like, yeah, before you hop in, put the bucket under.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but once you're in there,
it's too hard. So
yeah.
Especially in winter. In summer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Not sure yet.
I think I prefer the other style.
Yeah.
The tank.
It depends as well what kind of camping you do.
Yeah.
And how much water you've got. Those things holding the shampoo, where are they from?
Oh, yeah, they're great.
So we've got two different things. I don't know which ones you're talking about, but we've got the things that are silicone and they stick on the wall. They're Concili. We bought them ourselves, no affiliation, no codes or anything. I'll put a photo in of
they're
them.
so good.
And then we've also got Thank You Forever bottles. So we have the holder with the bottle, and that's got our shampoo, conditioner and body wash.
Yep.
I'll put a photo
Yeah.
in of them as well.
They're great as well. I just super glued them to the shower because I didn't want to screw them in.
Oh yeah, someone said on Instagram the other day, they were like, oh, how did you get them on the wool? And I was like, super glue and cross your fingers.
Yeah, they've been great.
Haven't fallen off
Haven't fallen off yet. Haven't done any corrugations or anything yet though.
Yeah. Last questions we got were all about the diesel heater. How is it going? Do you get smoke on startup, and can you hear the clicking?
Okay. So far, diesel heater is going great. Wouldn't be without it.
Best $80 I've ever spent.
Yep. If I was to buy another one, I'd probably go the 2 kilowatt one. Just because diesel heaters like to be run on high, so they don't foul up with carbon. We've got the 5
kilowatt.
Is it kilowatt or?
Yeah, I think so. It's kW.
Okay. Yeah.
And we use about 2 to 2.5 litres of diesel per night.
Yeah.
In this time of year.
Running it all night.
Yeah, if we turn it on in the afternoon and then we turn it off early morning.
Yeah.
And then turn it on again just before you get out of bed. We're using about 2 to 2.5 litres of diesel. So it's quite thirsty if you're using it every day.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because it's the bigger machine and we're running it on high.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's something just to keep in mind. So with a 10 litre can, like jerry can, kind of runs out by the end of the week.
Yeah. And you don't want it to run out. It's a pain.
We've had it run out twice.
And after the first time, I was like, I'm never doing this again. Probably the next week.
It did
Same
it again. You can kind of tell when it's starting to get there, though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Just don't be lazy.
Yeah. So can you hear the ticking?
So you can a little bit, but you can hear the fan more.
Yeah. Especially in this model, I feel like the older one we had in the last van.
Yeah. Was it the same size?
It's same size, different brand.
Different brand.
They're all the Chinese diesel.
Yeah, you don't really know what brand you're buying.
Yeah, just a different colour plastic on the outside.
Okay.
Oh, does it smoke?
No, it hasn't smoked at all yet. So, yeah, seems pretty good so far.
And we've got the exhaust wrap.
Yeah, I got the exhaust wrapped to try and not let it get as hot. So
that's all the questions.
There you go.
For now, anyway.
For
if
now.
you guys
There's always more questions.
Yeah, every day you guys are messaging us or commenting, which we love chatting with you guys.
It is July.
Oh, I forgot.
By the time this video is out. We are participating in Dry July.
We are. So every single cent and dollar raised from this month on YouTube is being donated to our Dry July. I'll put all the details below, and I'll try and put the QR code on the screen for you guys. We are trying. We put the bar pretty high, but we believe in you guys that you'll donate to us. All is $5,000. Yeah, so for the month of July. It's pretty up there. Yeah. We are raising funds for Rare Cancer Australia. My mum did pass away from a rare cancer, and there wasn't much research about her disease at the time, and
or
still
support.
Support. Yeah.
It's a lonely time. Yeah. It's hard for everyone, not just the battler. So make sure you dig deep this July and raise funds where you can, even if it's just $2. Yeah. It helps. It helps so much. Yep. So thank you guys in advance. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week for another video. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.